And every Tuesday, we take a moment to bring you the latest in political news.
And Rochelle joins us with today's headlines.
Well, that's right. Well, today we'll look at President Obama's visit to the Sunshine State and why Sarah Palin is back in the spotlight. But first, we'll take a look at the business of pot. When it comes to recreational marijuana, business is good. The first numbers show Colorado brought in $3.5 million from marijuana taxes and fees in January. Other states may take note as advocates for the legalization use tax revenue as a major selling point. NBC's Leanne Gregg has more.
A booming start for Colorado's retail marijuana industry.
The market is growing exponentially.
During the January launch, the state says customers bought just over $14 million worth of recreational pot. Taxes from those sales, about $2 million. In addition, the state collected around $1.5 million of taxes from medical marijuana.
By taking this off of the black market and off of the street and putting it behind a highly regulated counter, we actually create an enormous amount of benefit for the state, for the communities, and for the local economy.
Colorado voters approved a 15% excise tax. In addition, there's a 12.9% sales tax. But the governor calls for caution when considering future spending.
I don't think we should become dependent on the revenues or start thinking about, wow, look at all these revenues.
The Department of Revenue executive director says the first month of sales are in line with expectations, which continue to change.
Our projections are changing almost on a monthly basis.
The governor's spending priorities for the tax money include youth prevention, substance abuse treatment, and public health. Among those who want some of the funds, police for training officers and cracking down on those who drive stoned.
For public safety reasons, we think there are going to be some unintended consequences here that are going to materialize over these next few years.
And now as the state tallies the revenue, the process of deciding what to do with the money is underway. Leanne Gregg, NBC News.
Colorado is now collecting data to help project the demand for marijuana. The Department of Revenue says information from the study should be ready in April. At least one state lawmaker is hoping Florida will join Washington and Colorado in allowing the use of recreational pot. Miami Senator Dwight Bullard says the move would keep people out of jail while earning some extra money for the state. The bill would legalize marijuana, allow Floridians to grow it and to keep up to 2.5 ounces of it on them at any time. Two other marijuana bills, much more restrictive ones, are also before the legislature. And you can vote in November on a proposed state constitutional amendment to legalize medicinal marijuana. The first family wrapped up its Florida vacation and flew back to Washington Sunday afternoon. While in the Sunshine State, President Obama spent time emphasizing the importance of education and the ways to pay for it, urging students at a Miami high school to use the free application for Federal Student Aid, or FAFSA. The president says this fall the Department of Education will let states know which students didn't apply, so local schools can help families with filling out their forms. Well, it's green eggs and ham like you've never heard it before. Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin wrapped up this weekend's Conservative Political Action Conference using the classic children's book, but there's a twist.
I do not like this, Uncle Sam. I do not like his healthcare scam. I do not like...
Palin used the book to slam the Affordable Care Act and the Obama administration. After the applause, there was some yelling in the crowd for the CPAC and for Palin to run for president in 2016.
All right, well, thank you, Rochelle.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rochelle. And